Steph Curry said last night against the Rockets was a statement game and the Warriors took care of business. Golden State was without Kevin Durant, but they still had DeMarcus Cousins, and Boogie had his best night as a Warrior with a season-high 27 points. They had lost their first 3 meetings with the Rockets this season, but they won last night and are now 4.5 games up on Houston. So we're joined by FS1 NBA analyst Chris BROUSSARD. So Chris, what was your takeaway from the game last night?
Well, I think like most people, seeing Boogie and the impact that he had. And I've been, I've pointed out how the analytical numbers show that they're better offensively and defensively without Boogie. But last night, he showed that the Warriors with him have a dimension that not only cannot Houston deal with, but I don't think anybody in the league outside of maybe Philadelphia can deal with that. And that's a low post scorer, a center who will punish you down there. We just don't have many of those anymore in the NBA.
They all shoot threes.
Right. and Boogie did hit a 3, hit a mid-range jumper. So he's got the whole package. And then he can pass so well.
Yes.
And that was one thing they used to love about Andrew Bogut, even though, he wasn't passing as much out of the post. But they loved that he could pass, and they got backdoor layups off of his passes. They got open threes off of him drawing double teams. So Boogie was huge. But here's the thing. I think Houston would tell you, if we had our druthers, we want Boogie out there because they're going to try to exploit him defensively. And the thing you saw last night was they were able to have Boogie do that. Why? Because Kevin Durant wasn't there.
Sure.
Right.
When you have all 4 of the offensive stars, one of it can be diminishing returns, and that's what the numbers show.
Right.
Because one of them has to at least one of them has to step back and then kind of do the things a role player does, the little things. And stars don't typically do that. So that's why even though you can have 4 great offensive players out there, the results aren't the same. So that's why I thought, and I said, Kerr maybe should have had Boogie coming off the bench, giving him that second unit, and then, stagger the minutes more, and maybe he'll try to do that going forward so you can get more of this out of Boogie when a KD or a Steph or somebody's not on the floor with him. But overall, it looked good. It's just a matter of how they're going to work the minutes going forward to get the most out of all 4 of them.
Yeah, I just felt, I agree with you, Chris. I thought this was an important win for the Warriors to avoid the sweep. Now, Houston, I don't think Houston lost any confidence. We beat you 3-1.
Right.
Yeah, so what? We 4-0. Golden State's going to say, well, look, it doesn't matter if you beat us 4 in the regular season. You have yet to beat us in the playoffs. Boogie is capable, more than capable, of putting up these type numbers.
Right.
He's a dominant big man as we have when healthy. Now, I still believe he's still a couple of months away from being fully recovered from that Achilles injury. But when you go 27, 8, and 7, their big 3 minus KD outplayed the Rockets' big 3 of Harden, CP3, and Gordon. As simple as that. That's what it came down to. But what surprised me most about this game was how Golden State killed them on the glass. Golden State is not a great rebounding team. They punished them plus 13.
Right.
Well, you keep giving Golden State that many second chances at you, Boogie's going to get you down low, or eventually Clay and Steph are going to hit a 3. And that's what happened. So the Warriors have to feel good. Boogie played the second most minutes of the season. The first most minutes also came when KD wasn't in the lineup. And that's the dilemma that Steve Kerr has to have. Because KD's going to get his minutes, he's going to get his touches. So is Steph and Clay. The odd man out is Boogie. He punished Capella last night. He punished him down there on the block. He was unbelievable. But that's my only takeaway, Skip, is that Boogie was unbelievable. But we expect to see Boogie play like this, get these kind of minutes with KD in the game?
It's not going to happen.
I'm going to go much deeper than you two just went.
Okay.
I think last night was all about Kevin Durant, or lack of Kevin Durant. And I'm going to hark back to what Chris Haynes, Yahoo, reported when Draymond, Kevin got into it on the bench during the Clipper game, and reiterate what Draymond said to Kevin Durant. He, according to Chris Haynes, multiple times called him the B word, said, "You know you're a B," to his face. And then he said, according to Yahoo, "We don't need you. We won without you. Leave." Well, what's been the recurring subplot to the Golden State season is that Kevin Durant has 1 foot out the door, right?
Yep.
Kyrie and Kevin are going New York, LA, wherever they're going. And you don't think that sticks in the craw of this basketball team, a very proud team that has won a bunch of championships and looks like they're positioned to win another one with or without Kevin, or so they think. And so last night they had an opportunity at their nemesis in Houston with no Kevin to make a statement. And it was clear to me from opening tip that Golden State wanted that game a lot more than Houston did. It manifested itself in the rebound stats. 44-31 is just about want to. It's just desire, right?
Yeah.
We just want the basketball more than you do. And they inverted their offense last night, and they ran it through DeMarcus Cousins.
Boogie.
It looked completely different to me than when Kevin is on the floor,
question.
okay? And it worked. Maybe it won't work going forward. I don't know, but it was different. And he's kicking it out to shoot. Listen, DeMarcus can really pass the basketball. He is gifted.
He can do it
He
all.
made a feed early in that game, just like a sleight of hand bounce pass on a backdoor cut by Steph, and just hit him right in the hands for a unguarded layup. You know,
Right.
like it was sweet. It's like, wow, DeMarcus Cousins at 7 feet did that. Okay, so in the big picture, they made the statement of, okay, if this is what we're going to be next year, let's say they keep Clay and keep DeMarcus next year, which is possible, and they lose Kevin. Well, last night you saw what they might be next year.
Right.
And I think they're thinking in the back of their minds, this might be who we are going forward, right?
Well, the Rockets say, you know what? We all can keep Boogie out there, but we're going to keep his big butt in the pick and roll.
Okay. Well, I got
that's-
you. I got you.
Yeah, we're going to see how you slide.
And you know what? It did help that for one night, James Harden went 2 for 12 from 3.
Yeah.
When he goes 2 for 12,
You got a
got a
chance.
shot.
And with this team, we've seen it before. We saw it last year in the playoffs. The Achilles, they live and die by the three.
They do.
They live and die. Now, look, Skip, I think you made great points. One thing I disagree with, I don't think the Warriors were out there. I think they wanted the game because, like Steph said, it's a statement game. They beaten us 3-0. I don't think they were thinking, let's kind of show Kevin. Now, possibly, but I don't think that was a factor. I really think they're all in terms of just winning this championship with Kevin. He's probably out the door, and let's move on. But it's interesting because I was thinking the same thing. Could they bring Boogie back? Financially, he would still have to take that haircut.
Yeah.
I think they could still only offer him maybe an upgrade on the mid-level or whatever. Like, it won't be the big money.
Because Clay won't max.
And
Clay
he got to get max if KD leaves.
Okay.
I think they'll max Clay. Steph's obviously maxed, and then Draymond's got his money. And then you can pay Boogie something. I think it makes sense for Boogie because they'll still be great. They could win another championship.
could.
There's no doubt without KD and with Boogie that they could win the championship. Even without Boogie, they'll still be a really good team and have a shot. But for Boogie, you could look at it as this year, and I've talked to people around the league about this, no matter how well he plays and his attitude, people are going to look at it like, of course. You're in Golden State.
They're winning.
Right. You're trying to get the max.
Right.
Are you going to be that way when it's your team somewhere else? But if you stay in Golden State next year, win a championship, KD's not there, then I think your stock rises, assuming you play your typical game. So it might make sense for Boogie in the long run.
Well,
That would be something.
Kevin, Kyrie join LeBron. Then those guys are left up there. Would that not be a battle of the
I know
Titans?
the only reason you want Kevin and KD with LeBron is so you can say LeBron's the third option.
Third
so you
wheel.
You can.
He'd be the third wheel.
can downplay
Would
him to a
LeBron not
role
have
player.
a chance to win one more championship?
One
He
more.
would.
Right.
That much.
he wouldn't say he the third wheel. He'd say LeBron the donut. That little old tie that you put on to get you to the. You know what, Skip?
Okay,
man,
but would you ride us in the middle
No,
and
not at all.
play in Steph and Draymond?
I don't care if
Not
they, I
at
don't
all.
care who they got. If KD and Kyrie join LeBron, Golden State not seeing the Lakers.
No, I agree. But that's not happening. That's not happening.
Would that be the end of LeBron postgame saying, I don't have enough help?
Stop it, Skip. There you go.
Well, he might figure out how to do it.
He's been saying I a lot lately.
He said that?
Yes.
I didn't hear that
We're going
yesterday.
to talk about that later
that again
as well. Just a lot of
Jenny be
I.
making, you know what, Jenny? You know what, Jenny?
It's been tough for me.
I'm gonna have to ban you from going to Lakers games.
Well, you don't even go to the games, so I don't know if you have.
Well, I'm gonna have to ban
control
you
of
too.
that. Okay, well,
I banned myself this year.
All right. Well, either way, Chris, you're going to be back later in the show.
Yes.
We have a lot more to talk to when it comes to Kyler Murray. Is he definitely going #1 after his pro day yesterday? We'll discuss that next.